The West End. You know, the glittering lights, those velvet curtains, that sort of hush just before the shows start.
Oh, yeah, that anticipation. It's fantastic.
It really is. But beneath all that spectacle, all the magic audiences see, there's this whole other performance going on, an operation that's just as precisely choreographed.
hmm If not more so, sometimes.
Right. And that's what we're diving into today, theater logistics. Our research kept calling it the hidden army behind every West End show.
It's a great description, actually.
Isn't it? So our mission here is to explore this really complex, often unseen machinery, the system that makes sure every single thing, from a tiny prop to a huge set piece, gets exactly where it needs to be, exactly when it needs to be there.
And that when is critical.
Absolutely. Because what we found is even a seemingly small slip-up, like just one missed delivery,
Yeah.
well, it can actually bring the whole show to a grinding halt.
Yeah, that's not an exaggeration at all. The sources really hammer home that this is a business of precision. A
Yeah.
single missing item, a prop, a bit of set, even one costume.
Just one.
Just one. It can throw the whole performance into, well, chaos, really. It costs thousands, obviously. But it also damages reputations built over years. It's genuinely high stakes.
Yeah.
Sets it apart from almost any other supply chain.
Okay, so let's dig into that. Why is it so different? Our analysis kept saying live theater logistics just don't follow the usual rules, no predictable patterns, none of that. What makes it so unique?
Well, I think the core thing is what the sources call bespoke handling. Unlike, say, manufacturing, where you have repetition, theater is, well, it's always custom.
Right.
No two shows are identical. You've got custom-built sets, often huge and needing careful assembly. Props that might be antiques, totally irreplaceable.
Wow.
And costumes fitted perfectly to one specific performer, so that inherent customization is already complex, right?
Yeah, definitely.
But then add touring into the mix.
Yeah.
Moving all that bespoke stuff between cities, sometimes even countries, the complexity just skyrockets.
And that bespoke handling, it filters down into the smallest details, doesn't it? I mean, the examples were fascinating, like costumes needing cleaning and repair between the matinee and the evening show, delivered back just in time.
Exactly. Twice a day sometimes.
Or props arriving, needing unpacking, checking, placing just so for rehearsals. And the tech gear lights, sound. It's not just dropped at the door.
No way. It needs testing, calibration, careful transport. Sometimes, like you said, up narrow stairs in these beautiful old Grade 2 listed buildings. That's way beyond a standard delivery.
It really is a level of detail most of us just wouldn't even consider.
Precisely.
Okay.
And that leads us right to the absolute crunch point, time.
Ah, yes.
Timing. And entertainment. Timing isn't just important. It's everything.
Yeah.
The logistics companies here, they operate under some of the most, frankly, unforgiving deadlines imaginable.
Unforgiving how?
There's just no buffer,
Yeah.
a missed delivery window. It doesn't mean, oh, we'll reschedule for tomorrow. It means failure. Full stop. The curtain goes up or it doesn't. Simple as that.
So it really is this constant race against the clock. The sources painted such a vivid picture of that pressure. Can you share one of those scenarios that really stood out?
Yeah, there were a few stark ones. Imagine the lead actress's corset. Custom made, vital for her role. It gets damaged during a show.
Oh, no.
Right. It needs repairing overnight by a specialist, maybe miles away.
Sure.
But it has to be back at the theater by, say, 2 p.m. the next day for the final dress rehearsal. No ifs, no buts.
Wow, okay. That's tight.
Or think about a specific effect like a fog machine. It breaks down. The only specialist who can fix it is maybe in Birmingham. Need a courier to race it there, get it fixed, or race it back to Soho just in time for the evening performance.
Just the stress of that.
The immediacy is intense.
To zero margin for error, as you said. Which makes you wonder, who can actually do this? What kind of people, what kind of companies can operate like that?
Yeah. No margin for error sums it up. It demands a very specific skill set. It's not your standard parcel delivery. You need professionals with deep, proven experience in high-pressure environments. Only they can deliver consistently when the stakes are this high.
And it's not just the bespoke items or the crazy deadlines. Our sources also pointed out some very specific challenges right here in the UK, didn't they? Especially in London. How does the city itself make things harder?
Well, it's fascinating, actually. A lot of these incredible historic theaters, they just weren't built with modern backstage logistics in mind.
Right, they're old buildings.
Exactly. So instead of big, easy loading bays, you often have like a single service door off a side alley.
Oh, I can picture that. Nightmare.
Total nightmare. Combine that with London's narrow streets, the pedestrian zones, congestion charges, parking being impossible. Getting anything sizable delivered downtown is a real headache. It takes specialized vans, drivers who know every inch of those back streets.
And that's just for a show staying put in London. What about touring? That must add another layer entirely. Hopping between Manchester, Bristol, Glasgow.
Oh, absolutely. The complexity ramps up again.
Yeah.
You've got incredibly tight turnarounds. Maybe load out Sunday night, load in somewhere else Monday morning. Demanding schedules.
And every theater is different.
Completely.
Mm.
Each venue has its own rules for loading in, its own technical quirks, its own timelines. It's way more complicated than just following a sat nav.
So you need more than just a map.
Definitely. This is where that insider knowledge, pre-planning experience, and on-the-ground adaptability become absolutely vital. You need to know the venues, anticipate the snags, and react instantly when things go sideways, which they sometimes do.
It sounds like these logistics companies need, well, the sources called it logistics with a performer's precision.
Yep.
Beyond just being fast, what else do they absolutely need to have? What are those crucial capabilities?
Okay, so the research points to a few key things. First, specialist handling. Really knowing how to treat fragile, high-value stuff, like vintage costumes or delicate set models. They can't just be thrown in a van.
Right. Care's needed.
Second, live tracking and constant communication. Stage managers, production teams, they need to know exactly where things are in real time. No guessing.
Keeps everyone calm. Or calmer, maybe.
Hopefully. Third, solid contingency planning. Backup drivers, backup routes. What happens if the M1 is closed? You need plan B, C, and D ready to go.
Makes sense.
And finally, the people. Trained staff who actually understand backstage etiquette, how to move around quietly, safely, without getting in the way of rehearsals or the crew. Discretion is key.
So it's much deeper than just transport.
Much deeper. It's not just moving stuff from A to B. It's about understanding what those items mean to the show, the actors, the audience. It's really about becoming like a trusted partner in the performance itself.
That's a great way to put it. So who actually fits this bill? Our research did point to some companies doing this well, and one name that kept cropping up, handling everything from those urgent costume fixes to moving entire sets, was SMA Worldwide.
Yes, they were highlighted.
They seem to really exemplify that need for attention to detail, flexibility, and round-the-clock support, whether it's a big West End show or a tour hitting regional theaters.
Exactly. The sources emphasize their ability to handle pretty much the full spectrum. Those late-night emergency deliveries, complex multi-stop set moves, urgent tech logistics. It suggested that kind of dedication makes them a go-to partner.
Yeah.
There was a good closing thought in one source, something like, with SMA, your production is in experienced hands, so the only drama is the one on stage.
Huh, nice line.
Yeah.
And pretty fitting. We've definitely pulled back the curtain a bit on this hidden world today.
We have.
It's really clear just how vital this unseen logistical ballet is. And yeah, a single misdelivery. It really could cancel the show.
It truly could. It just underscores the incredible scale and the intense coordination needed every single day just to make the magic happen. That magic often relies on huge unseen effort.
Absolutely. So here's something for you, the listener, to maybe think about next time you're sitting in a theater enjoying the show. What other hidden armies might be out there, working tirelessly behind the scenes in other parts of your daily life, other industries you rely on? What might their version of that urgent, custom-made corset delivery actually be?